than your average sculpture. Can you tell? They're made entirely from paper. Now, these are part of an exhibition called The First Cut in Manchester. 31 artists have got together from all over the world, and they've created these sculptures out of all sorts of different types of paper. They've used fast food bags, they've used maps, as you can see here, they've used A4 paper that you would find at school. In fact, if you can name the type of paper, chances are they've used it in this exhibition. This is Susan Stockwell's colonial dress. Just look at it, it's amazing, isn't it? She's used map pages to sort of tell the story of Britain's colonial past, and this took her 3 months to make. Look at the detail in that rose there on the belt. That would have taken me 9 days just to do that bit. But a lovely belt. It actually looks like you can wear it. Now, I know I'm not supposed to have a favourite, but look at what Chris Jones has done over here. This is amazing. I would have this in my house. It's a motorbike made out of glossy magazine pages because they're a better build and quality for building sculptures with. He's also used some vintage encyclopedias in there as well, and then given it a coat of varnish over the top to give it that shine. And it took him 2 months to make this. It's incredible, isn't it? It's just paper, really. This one, you've got to get really close to, which is what I like about art. It's quite personal, isn't it? You have to sort of almost kneel down to see what it is. It's a single sheet of paper, and Peter Callison has designed this to look like a mountain with a little guy climbing over the top. Can you see that? Isn't that amazing? I love this sort of stuff. And finally over here, this is Nicola Dale's book. It took her 18 months to make this. It's just one single book that she's cut into all these different shapes. It really is incredible. As I mentioned, 31 artists from all over the world have been involved in this project, and I'm delighted to announce that one of them, Claire Brewster, is in the studio with us today. Take a look at those birds. She's made them. She's very clever and arty, so who better to get in to teach me how to do this so we can make something nice and Christmassy. Claire, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
So let's start by talking about the birds that you have here on display. 3D as well. Nice shadow
Yes.
on the back. How did you actually start to do this kind of work?
Well, I've always made collages and worked with paper, and then one day I had this flash of inspiration, like a light bulb in the cartoons, and I just started cutting out birds, and then I pinned them, and then everyone loved them.
They're fantastic.
And the kind of rest is history. That was about 10 years ago, and I've been kind of making them since.
And it developed from there. I mean, it's the shadow that I like. It sort of brings it to life and makes it all 3D, doesn't it? But
yeah, to create movements is the idea.
See, it's all arty, darlings. I love it. Well, you're going to be showing me how to make a sort of a simpler version of one of your birds with a Christmas twist.
Yes, we're going to make a Christmas robin.
OK, fantastic. I'm going to make mine for Helen. It's a present for you for Christmas, Scales.
Lucky Helen.
Okay.
So the first thing you need to do is to print out your template.
Yes.
Which you can do from the Blue Peter website.
I have that down here. And you can print it onto any paper, I take it. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, I mean any paper that will go through your home printer, obviously.
Okay. Lovely.
This is just a brown paper. The first thing you need to do is to cut roughly around the bird.
Should I do that?
Yes.
Why are we cutting roughly around the bird?
It just makes it easier to hold bird while you're cutting, and so there's less paper to cut through, really.
Oh, I see, because you do the bits on the inside, don't you? So you're cutting the detail out as well.
Yes, it just makes it easier for cutting the detail.
So tip number one for you there?
Once you've done that, then you get your bird like this.
Yeah, I have one of those down here.
You do. That's been
You're so
roughly cut
organised,
out.
Claire. This is brilliant. There we go.
I try. And so the next thing to do is to start cutting the shapes out in the middle.
Yeah.
Now, the easiest thing to do with that is to take your scissors and, which we've lost.
I lose everything all the time. Now, hang on a second. If we're doing this on Mum's best dining table, she's not going to be too happy about us putting scissors through paper, is she?
No, you really need to make sure there's something underneath. You could use something like sticky tack or some sort of tape, or we've got a cutting mat here, some thick cardboard.
OK, but a bit of protection between you and your mum's pride and joy, please,
yes,
people. OK.
Definitely. And so then you cut through and then you start cutting the shapes. It's quite fiddly, so do it quite slowly and carefully.
Okay. I'm such a bull in a china shop, aren't I?
And then once you've done that, you end up with a bird looking like this.
I have one of those.
So you have...
Easy.
It's very easy.
You go back to everybody's house and do this for them.
I'm not sure I got the time, but we'll try. Okay. So then the next job is to cut carefully around the edge.
Yep. Just like this.
Yep.
Now, I can already see the reason why you've waited till the last minute to do this, because it's quite fiddly now, it's a bit weaker, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So if you don't have any paper around the bird before you cut the inside out, then it just gets really difficult. And then you end up with a bird like this, which has been cut out. And to make it more Christmassy, we can attach a little red breast to him.
The Robin Redbreast.
Yes, exactly.
So if you take a piece of red card or paper and place it under the bird and place the bird over the top and sort of draw around it, that gives you the shape, doesn't it?
And then you need to make sure the shape is slightly bigger than the bit you want to cover, otherwise you won't be able to stick it on.
Bit of glue?
Yep.
Oops. Careful, easy does it.
You might want to put some paper or something underneath when you're gluing to.
That's a good idea, good
Yeah.
tip. And then it just goes on that way, like that.
Yep, and then you can leave a little.
And look
extra
at
bit.
that. Get rid of that, that's fine. And there it is. A robin redbreast, as simple as that. And of course, if you want to make it a bit more sparkly, you can add glitter to it and more things underneath and everything. But that's effectively the idea, isn't it?
Yep, and you can use it as a gift tag, and we have a present that, here to show you.
Amazing.
And a robin with a little.
And it's that simple, just
And
like
it's
that.
that simple, just like
Very
that.
easy to make. Claire Brewster special, red robin redbreast with a gift tag twist.